Auntie Berna had seen a program on Rescue 911 about a little girl getting hit by a vehicle, didn't have a helmet, and her head hit the curb, and she was in a coma. And it just clicked to her that Brett should have a helmet.
I seen the episode on Tuesday. He just got the helmet on Saturday afternoon. The accident happened Sunday night.
Brett was riding his bicycle down the hill behind the school. He came to the intersection. It was a blind intersection. So he didn't stop. He didn't slow down. They told me that he'd been thrown 30 feet when the truck hit him.
His helmet left black marks on the hood of the truck where his head hit. And that got me right in the heart, actually, to see him and know that that's what saved his life. If I had not been watching, he'd have probably still been injured or killed, and I would not have bought the helmet in time.
Kids should wear a bike helmet because it could save their life if they got hit. And if I get hit again, I won't be dead. I'll probably be alive. Because wearing a bike helmet, it's fun to wear a bike helmet even.
How can I describe my love for my son? There's no beginning and no end to it. I don't want to give it up ever. All he had was scrapes and bruises, and that's all. I just can't believe it. I'll never forget it.
In 10 years of teaching first grade in Arcola, Mississippi, Patty Trawick's greatest reward was opening the minds of her students to learning new things. But she never imagined the children in her classroom would be forced to take a test where success or failure is measured in terms of life or death.
Good morning, first grade.
Good morning.
In September, I was watching a segment of Rescue 911, and on it, a young child actually saved his grandmother's life. She was choking, and he actually did the Heimlich maneuver. That started me thinking that if he can do it, certainly they'll be able to do it also.
Patty asked Beth Jones, a registered nurse who was the mother of one of the first graders, to try to teach them simple life-saving techniques.
Today, to teach you a little bit of basic first aid. Okay, so I had to instruct them on a 6- and 7-year-old level, and I was a little skeptical as to how much they would retain. Will they comprehend any of it? Will it do any good? In an emergency situation, do y'all know the phone number to call?
We talked about when you get on fire, you stop, drop, and roll. We've talked about when you choke.
You take your hand and you put it on your throat, and then you take your other hand and kind of hold it so that people around you will know that you need help.
She taught us the Heimlich maneuver, and like you could save somebody's life doing it.
You want to find your belly button, okay? Which is right there. Then you make a fist. Of course, several of them were fidgeting. And I guess in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, if half of them remembers what I've taught them today, that if they do have to use it in the future, then that would be very good. But this isn't something that you want to play with, okay, because it can make you sick.
Let's clap for her. Miss Jones taught us a lot of stuff, and it was just good that she came. Because I knew something had to happen one of these days.
On the morning of February 22nd, 1993, 3 months after the first aid lesson, it was raining heavily.
The children could not go outside and play.
All right, it's time to put up your snack now. It's inside recess, and you may go to someone else's desk to play.
One teacher walks the halls, and it just so happened that day I was on duty. And there are 7 rooms for me to check.
No, these are real horses. Take the horses outside.
7-year-old Selby LaBar and 6-year-old Easton Newton were playing cars at Selby's desk.
We were rolling them up the streets and down, having fun. Hey, Miss Heather.
Good morning, how y'all?
Morning, Shirley.
Morning.
He still put a piece of candy in his mouth, and we're not supposed to be having candy only if we have something chewable. looked back and his mouth was going like that. I thought he was going to cough it up, but he didn't. He was kind of just moving around, looking like, this is the last of me. I thought if nobody helped him soon, his mama would be sad and his daddy would too. So I did the Heimlich maneuver on him.
Selby pushed sheriff on him and then he spit it out. When he got the Jolly Rancher out, he felt a lot more better.
We're not supposed to run and all, but they did anyway, and they went and got the teacher.
They were visibly upset about something, but, all I heard them say was that Easton had thrown up. You could tell when you got in there was more to it than that.
What happened?
He didn't say anything. He didn't answer. And Selby came up and explained to me what had happened. I didn't want to break down right there in front of the children, but the only thing I could think of, I just wanted to just hold him, just grab him and hold him for a little while.
Selby, you're such a hero, baby.
I just took a deep breath and I just thought, what if, I hadn't been watching 911 that night, and what if Selby hadn't have listened that day, in class?
Okay.
Easton's life wouldn't have been saved.
Oh, Selby, I love you.
They were best friends after that. Easton would just light up with this big grin every time he would see Selby, and he couldn't pass Selby without putting his arm around him or giving him a hug.
If Selby wouldn't have been there, I would have choked him. I could have died. The principal came in and gave Selby an award.
Before the choking incident, Selby was just rather shy, and he kind of blossomed.
You might not know that kids could do it, but kids can. Because Selby did it, and he's only a kid.
Come on, Selby! Debbie Newton will always be grateful that the life of her only child was saved.
There are so many things that are dangerous for kids to do. You try to teach them about knives and guns and different things like that, but you never, ever fathom the thought of a piece of candy taking your child's life. I was very proud that I had taken the time to go to the school. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking that could have been my little boy. And what if somebody hadn't been there?
I'm definitely going to have Beth back every year. It's something that I'll never forget, never. When you teach a child and then you see them actually use what you've taught them, it's probably one of the greatest moments in a teacher's life.